What's up, everybody? South Dakota RC here. We've got our first unboxing. I'm excited about this one, so let's get right into it. Yeah. Hypergo 14301. All right, 14th scale little drift truck here. Four-wheel drive, fluid-filled shocks, oil-filled shocks, 2845 brushless motor. So should be exciting. This thing comes with 3 sets of tires, drift, a couple of off-road, a little bit harder compound, a little bit softer compound. So let's just open it up. Been waiting all day. Literally just showed up. Manual. Yeah, we'll probably take a look at this. I know there's parts and stuff in there, but for now, we're gonna skip that. We got this baby tied down in here. They do. Dang, it's got some nice weight to it. Some nice weight to it. It's a heavy little truck. Get this bad boy out of there. There it is, everybody. Metal chassis. Probably sounds like plastic to you guys, but it definitely is metal. It's a good looking truck. All right. So they don't have the special edition out, the all black and red body on it anymore, so I couldn't order that one, but I do have that body coming too. That'll be here next week. So might have some plans, do something fun with this blue body. I'm gonna see what I can do. I don't know if you can remove stickers from this thing or not. Who knows? We might just paint one of these bodies and make it a little bit different from everybody else's. So all right, like I said, oil filled shocks, so look at that. Nice set of shocks on this thing. LED lights on the front. We've got some red and blue LEDs in the grill. Light bar across the top. Just nice bright red and blue lights on the front. Off the top. Functioning brake lights and tail light. Actually, I shouldn't say that. I don't know if the brake lights function. We'll have to take a look. But I do know when you're in the normal mode, when you turn the wheel, these will blink like the blinker is on. Got the light bar across the top. Little spoiler here on the back. Some skid protection on the roof there to make sure we're not messing up that beautiful paint job that we're gonna do on this one. All right, let's pop this thing open, see what we got in here. At least they send you the hood pins with tabs on them. I'm a big fella, so my hands do not like little hood pins, body pins, whatever you want to call it. All right, we got some lights plugged in here. Let's get those out of the way. Got that off to the side. Interior protection for the electronics. So you got some more pins in here. I've seen some pretty good things about this. Also have heard that it kind of traps some of the stuff inside, so we'll have to check that out ourselves. Don't know how much we'll get to drive it today. Do live in South Dakota, and it is below 0 with wind chill out there today, so not much fun for messing with RC cars outside. Did order this with the drift tire for the drift function, put the drift tires on it and mess around in the house, piss the wife off a little bit more. But all right, so the battery is in here. You know what? I can't remember if I ordered the 2 battery kit or not. I don't think it came with 2 batteries. So we got those. Ooh, those ones sound ready. Got a knife laying right beside me, but we'll just yank on it. Little receiver here. Nice size. Again, I'm a pretty big fella, so let's see how this fits in the hand. Not too bad. Not too bad. Not a whole lot of room, but it isn't terrible. Nice foam on the steering controls here. It does have 70 and 100% speeds. I'm not sure if you guys can see that on there. Throttle trim, steering trim, and then the light control here on the side. So we'll get into that in a little bit here. They do send the fan for the ESC not installed, so we'll have to get that put on there too. Take a look at that, but we're definitely going to be putting that on. What else we got in here? No second battery, by the way. That's what I was looking for. Got a little screwdriver, the battery charger, and the wheel wrench. Battery charger is probably going to get thrown off to the side and never touched, considering I've got a little bit nicer battery charger that's going to charge this thing up a little faster. All right, so it comes with the Sifu Angry Snail 2S 2000 milliamp battery. I've heard a lot of good things about these, pretty high reviews on the 3S that you can order for it as well. I did not have that shipped with it because I've got some other 3S battery packs that I'm going to try with this first. Couple of shorty packs, so we should be good. Again, as I mentioned, shorty packs are what I've got on order, or what I've got here, and what I'm going to get on order if I do decide, because you don't have a ton of room in that battery tray. It's not terrible, but you are going to need a short style battery, shorty battery to bump this thing up to 3S. It does have gyro, so you are able to dial it in. I'll get the battery plugged in here in a little bit and show you guys how that works. You got a 2845 brushless motor in here, like I said, with heatsink, and it does come with the fan installed. And I'm not sure what the ESC is. I can't remember what the ESC is. It's a 45 amp brushless ESC. Again, they do send a fan for you to install that on there. I'm not sure why they don't send it installed, but not a huge deal. We'll get that put in here after a little while. Just taking a look at some of the stuff in here. Servo is mounted underneath the ESC here, and it does mount together, so you would have to find the plate that they make for this if you wanted to upgrade the servo. All right, nice tight steering, everything feels good. These shocks feel real nice. Front and rear metal drive shafts, or CVDs, excuse me, all metal drive shaft down the center there. I don't know if you guys can see it very well. There you go, a little bit. It does have it's not really a bushing. I don't think there's any bearings or anything in it. It's just right down in there on the middle of that drive shaft to keep it from getting all bent if you have some collisions and whatever else, along with your full support from front to rear shock towers. Just give it a little bit more durability and stiffness to the chassis. Nice foam bumper up front. One thing I do like is this plastic lip. So that body's gonna sit on top of here. Get all the pins here. It's not quite as close as I thought. I wish that stuck out just a little bit further to actually hit that plastic piece there rather than bashing it. Wham! But what can you say? These things are made to bash and to be broken. So we buy these things fully expecting to replace parts on them. So if you're just getting into the hobby, be prepared for that. You will be replacing parts, and especially with something like this. I've got a couple extra sets of tires already on order because I know it ain't gonna take long and these tires are gonna be wore out. Seen anywhere from 2 to 3 packs, and these first factory set of tires are gone. Second ones we've got in the bag here are going to be the little bit softer compound tires. Same exact size. Obviously the tread pattern's a little bit different on them. If you notice, these are a little bit softer compound. These are a little bit harder. I think these might even be, they might be both foam filled. Ooh, those wheels flex a little bit. If you're going to be doing too much, I don't know how well those are going to hold up. These are the ones. These are why I ordered this car. Middle of winter. I need something to do inside. Took the Outcast 8S out last week, middle of last week, Wednesday. I got 2 feet of snow out here. I was driving the thing, jumping off snowbanks. It was a lot of fun, but it wasn't fun to be out there. So we got the drift tires. These are just pretty much straight plastic tires. There's no give to them at all. This thing's gonna slide around real nice on these. All right, rear diffuser on here. It looks real nice. Gonna kind of tie everything in together. Didn't talk about that yet. but not a lot of adjustability on here, no different shock placements or anything like that. The shocks are adjustable though, so you should be able to crank this down, tighten up those shocks a little bit if that's something you're looking for, a little bit more suspension on there. But other than that, yeah, this is a beautiful little car. I am excited, really excited to get that all black and red body coming in this week to see what that looks like on here. Black and red's kind of my thing. All right, let's put this in here once. I better grab some batteries for the remote. I'm not sure how many it takes, so we will check that out real quick. I think it's 3. Oh, of course, little screwdriver. Where'd you go? I will use this little kit that's provided, just because I don't want to get up and walk out of the screen again. I don't even know if I can put that back in or not. Not a big fan. And it is only 2 AA batteries, so that's nice. Pop that in. Alright. Pop this battery back in. We're not going to do anything crazy, but I just want to see how she comes set up from the factory here. See what the gyro settings are looking like. Need to get that balance plug out of the way so we don't have anything rubbing on the drive shaft. We don't need to ruin this thing right off the bat. Oh, plugging it in the right direction would definitely help though. All right, I'm gonna pick this thing up so in case something goofy goes on, it doesn't take off the table here. All right, so there's that gyro setting. You guys can see that. As you drift and turn, this thing's going to help you try and keep that car straight going down the road a little bit. You can adjust the settings on the gyro right here, turn it up or down. I believe if you turn it all the way down, it does completely disable the gyro setting on here. Let's crank it all the way up to the max and see what that looks like. I know that's not how it's going to be run, because from some of the videos I've seen, you get some wobbles going down the road when you get that cranked up too high. So I'm going to crank that back down to about 70% is what I've seen for best results. Still get a little bit of turn in there. I don't like where that Velcro in that. I'm going to need to reroute that for sure. The Dean's connector battery cable wires are running underneath that support shaft, and it is rubbing right on that drive shaft. So I'm going to bring that above because I don't have to worry about that rubbing through. That's not what I'm after. First things first, make sure you're not breaking your stuff when you're, by not doing crazy shit. Don't just have stuff get broke. Just quick button press on the side of there to turn this thing on. We're in 70% of the remote right now. Crank it up to 100. Definitely a difference. See, we've got a pretty good amount of little snort here. It's gonna be fun. This is going to be fun. All right, you got a couple open channels on the receiver here. Obviously, one of those is going to be taken up by the lights that are dangling from that body there. Like I said, got some pretty sweet light systems going on in this truck. Also, I'm going to reinforce this body completely with Gorilla Tape. It's going to be one of the first things I do. I do not like cracked bodies, so I do everything I can right up front to try and eliminate that. So we will definitely be going through and completely lining the inside of this with Gorilla Tape to prevent cracks on the edges here, cracks on this side. I haven't decided if I'm going to do that immediately because I do have, like I said, I have tires, different tires coming for this thing, and I did go with 65 millimeter or 63 millimeter tires. So it is going to be a little bit bigger than stock. I believe these are 55 millimeter tires on here from stock. Again, the drift tires are actually just a touch smaller, probably about 53 or so. But I'm going to go up a little bit in size. I did grab some extenders to pop them out a little bit if I need some extra space. I'll show you guys what that looks like when I get done with that as well. But yeah, the steering seems decent. I can obviously tell you right off the bat that it is not straight. It does toe out. It is set to toe out a little bit from the factory. This thing wants to go. It's a runner. 70 or 100% power. Like I said, this thing's gonna move. I've seen videos of this up over 40 mile an hour, so I'm excited. I got my GPS tracker, my GNSS Bluetooth tracker on the way as well. But yeah, I'm excited to see how this little baby runs. I might throw the drift tires on and mess with it here in the house. The wife's upstairs. I told her I was gonna move the table and the couches out of the way. She wasn't impressed, but she's been mad at me before, so we'll probably see what happens. I might be sliding around the kitchen in the next video, or I might just edit it into this video. So for now, that's kind of the main things that I was looking at here. I'm probably going to get this heat sink or fan installed on the heat sink on the ESC, and then from there, probably throw the drift tires on, get that done. And I think we'll probably slide around the kitchen a little bit here. Slide around the table that I'm sitting at right now because it's too cold to be in the garage. Again, wife's been mad at me before. So let me get to that. I'll bring it back and we will take a look.